Over 250 South Africans have been left stranded in India since the start of the lockdown. The Maroon citizens say their pleas to the South African government and the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, DIRCO, to be repatriated back to South Africa have fallen on deaf ears. According to a petition signed by the frustrated residents, among the group, which is made up of elderly persons and children, is a stage 4 cancer patient, as well as another person who suffers from diabetes and ischemic heart disease. Yaya Mullah, a South African citizen and final year medical student, arrived in India on June 21, 2019 for a clinical elective program. His father passed away recently while he was still in India. This is his story.
Good day, my name is Yahya Mullah and I'm a part of the 200 plus South Africans which are stranded here in India. On the 30th of March, we've made contact with the South African Embassy and DIRCO with regards to repatriation. But unfortunately, our plea had fallen onto deaf ears. At the beginning of April, my father had fallen critically ill, which required me to return home urgently. I produced the necessary documents and submitted it to DIRCO and the South African Embassy here in Mumbai, New Delhi and Pretoria, South Africa. Unfortunately, my case was neglected and deemed unimportant. On the 28th of April, my father had sadly passed away. Today marks 2 weeks of my father's demise, and yet we are still marooned in India. Being positive after 7 weeks is clearly hopeless, and there's many people here with severe cases and need to return home. So I call on to those who can help us. Please, many people need to get home. We are trapped here.
Meanwhile, Sashina Singh was on vacation with her 3-year-old son. She said the holiday turned into a nightmare.
Good day. My name is Sashina Singh. I am one of the many South African citizens that are stranded here in India due to the pandemic. This is an urgent plea to South African government to please bring us back home. We are running very low on finances. Life has become unbearable in these conditions and situations. We are in areas that, actually I am in an area where there is absolutely no essential stores open. Life has become very unbearable, especially being stuck here with a toddler. This is an urgent plea to please help us, bring us back home. Thank you.
Hours before the lockdown could come into effect, Suranya Devan was lucky enough to return home to her family.
I had booked my flight for the end of the month, and we were in the middle of my exams at the University of Madras because I'm studying MA Bharatanatyam, and then all of a sudden we had a notice that came out that Modi was grounding all international flights to in and out of India. And as soon as that happened, I remember just sending a voice note and calling my dad, telling him that I just need to get home because I didn't know when I was going to be able to leave the country next. And within a couple of hours, I packed my bags. I managed to get a N95 mask, and it was very rare to get one in Chennai. And I ran to the airport, and it was just foreigners, and it was just such a scary trip coming through Dubai. Everybody's just walking around with their masks. And I remember just walking through that international gate, crying to my parents' arms, just being able to see them, knowing how many of other people were stuck in other parts of the world. And I just feel so bad for those who are stuck at the moment, and I'm so grateful to be with my loved ones at the moment. So yeah.
Acting on behalf of the citizens is attorney and human rights activist Sabir Ahmed Jazbai.
I got involved in the issue of the repatriation of Indians, South Africans particularly, in India since the day a youngster whose father had passed away in India, in COVID-19 in Durban. We've been trying to repatriate him. In the meantime, I then established that there was something in the region of over 40 South African of Indian extraction. And as a result of that, I asked this youngster and his cousin to get them to contact me. On Thursday, by about 1 o'clock, I received close to 40 emails from desperate South Africans of all colors, I must say, who asked me, please help, because they can get no help whatsoever from the government of South Africa. I then activated my sources and I got hold of people in Durko and I asked what was happening. I was given a run around. It is at that point in time that I decided to up the ante because this is not acceptable. No South African should be left behind wherever it is. If the South African government at that point in time had repatriated people from the United States of America and the UK, why can't they do that to the Indians of South Africa who are stuck in India and the other people? I only act for about 40 people, but I must make it very, very clear that I am trying to assist all South Africans. And the good news is Durko has finally opened its ears and its mind.
This report was compiled by the Rising Sun digital team.